Hey everyone, welcome back to Kat's Kitchen. So I have another recipe for you. So today we're going to be roasting some chickens. I have 3 chickens over here. I'll let you see them in a moment. And we're actually going to be making 2 products out of that. The first one is going to be dinner this evening, and then the second one is we're actually going to be canning some chicken soup. So we'll be using obviously the meat from these chickens, to can our soup up. So I'm going to show you what I have here. Alrighty, I've got 3 young chickens here on my tray with a little bit of foil. I already rinsed them thoroughly, and then I also cut like a medium to large onion into quarters. So I'm going to show you how we're going to season this up now. So when you're working with chicken, obviously you got to be very careful not to cross-contaminate anything. Obviously that's why I'm using gloves. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the opening of the chicken, and we're going to put in our onion, like so. And I'm just going to put about 2 in each one, 2/4, 2 to 3/4, whatever you have. And this will just help perfume the chicken while it's cooking. All right, next I'm going to go wash my hands. I'll be right back. And next what we're going to do is the seasoning. So my hands are clean so I can touch my spices. And we have here some seasoned salt. Unfortunately, it does like to go everywhere. I have some garlic. Paprika. Don't have much paprika left. So we're just gonna use what we have here. Use the last of it. There we go. I go through spices very fast. Next we're going to be using some thyme. Some rosemary. Now if you like lemon chicken, you can definitely cut up some lemon and put it inside the cavity and let it roast. That would be really nice. You can also do a little bit of olive oil or butter on top, whatever you prefer. I'm going to do a little bit of both. I'm going to do some olive oil on top, and I'll actually be putting some butter inside. And then here's where we're going to get in here and just rub these seasonings all around. And this is obviously where it's nice to have gloves. You don't need gloves, just make sure when your hands are messy like that, you got to make sure you wash really good. Just get in between the wings. You want that oil and the seasoning to be everywhere. I'm not flipping them over yet. I will once I'm done with all of these sides here. Because when we cook them, you want to cook them breast meat up. And then we got our last one here. Alrighty guys, so once you have both sides seasoned up, and I forgot to say I did put pepper on here too, we're going to just take some pads of butter and we're going to put those inside our cavity along with our onion that's in there. Like I said, if you want it to be like a lemon pepper chicken, you can definitely put some lemon inside as well. Now it depends on how large your birds are for different methods I'll take. If I'm doing a turkey that's a lot more pounds than this is about, these are about 5-pound chickens. I won't necessarily do it the same way. So instead of putting the butter in the cavity is always fine, but the larger the bird you have, you're gonna maybe want to split the skin and then put the butter in between the skin and the meat. And that will just help keep it moist. But since these are just 5-pounders, we should be fine with just doing it this way. I'm gonna wash up real fast. I have our oven preheating to 350. It's all ready to go. So now we're gonna put these guys right in the oven. And then we're just gonna keep an eye on them in case they need anything. Now if you have a rack to keep them up off the tray, off the foil, by all means, go ahead and definitely use that. Or if you have like a cookie tray that's, you know, those cookie racks, definitely use that. I unfortunately don't have one, so we are just doing a little makeshift today. But that's okay, I've done this before. It ends up working fine. What I'll probably have to do throughout the process is midway through, I will probably go in there and either with a baster, take out a lot of the juice from the pan, put it in a pot so that I can start either a stock or a gravy with it. And then once the top is crisped up, I'll turn it over and let the underside crisp up as well. So I'll see you guys back whenever we're taking them out of the oven. And so just stay tuned for that. Okay guys, so the next step of what I was doing is I still have my 3 chickens roasting in the oven. I turn them over on to toast up on the other side so that the skins get nice and crispy about midway through. They've been in the oven now for quite a, I would say about 2 hours now. So I'm going to be checking them here probably within the next 30 minutes. They should be done within the next hour, if it even takes that long. So what I've done next is basted them, and I've taken out some of the juice from the bottom of the pan, and I just sucked it up with my baster and put it in a saucepan. We're going to be using that later on either for a gravy, or I'll just put it into my stock that I'm making now. Next we're going to be doing is making a chicken stock. So when the chickens are all done cooking, I'm going to, and once they've cooled down and everything, I'm going to debone everything and then take those bones and put it right in here to my broth that I'm making. Right now what I have in my broth is I had to, like I said, in another video I'm going to be making and canning chicken soup. So I had 2 bags of carrots, and I had 2 stalks of celery, and then I had, I believe, 3 onions and some garlic. So I took all those skins and all those peels and I put them here in my crock pot. So I'll give you a look with that. Let me get it mixed up here. That way you can see what all is going on in here. And then I have purified water in here. We have a filter or filtered, whatever you like to use. So I'll give you a look at this. And then I'm just going to season this up. So you've got all the carrot peels, all the onion, garlic, and then the bottom stalks of the celery in there. In our water, I have some chicken bouillon in there, just to add to some flavor. And then I have salt and pepper here I'm going to put into it. And you just want to do that to taste. But this is going to cook down in the peels. I'm not necessarily going to be making the soup until tomorrow, so I'm probably just going to let this stock cook overnight in our crock pot, and then by tomorrow it'll be ready for us. And then in the morning, we're just going to strain all of this, save obviously the broth, and then whenever we go to, jar up our soup, I already have the celery, carrots, onion, and garlic all chopped up in bags. and in a big bowl, and they're all ready to go. And yeah, so that will be another video on its own. However, I will show you what the chicken looks like whenever it comes out, and it's looking really beautiful, and it's smelling amazing right now. So don't worry about spices, just use whatever you have on hand. You'd be very surprised with what you can accomplish with what you already have on hand, even if you just have basic things like salt and pepper. Salt and pepper, and then maybe, like I said, maybe just a few other little, like rosemary or thyme. That's really nice with chicken. And like I said, even if you have some lemon, that would be really great too. And then obviously your fats to add to it so it doesn't dry out, either your oils or your butter. So I will see you guys when the chickens come out, and I'm excited to show you. All right, guys, we just pulled the 3 whole chickens out of the oven, and they are just resting now. You want to make sure that they rest for as long as possible before you cut them and eat them. It's going to be, I'm going to try to let them rest for probably close to 40-45 minutes. That way, if you cut into them right now, all the juices that are inside are going to run out. I am going to collect those juices that are on the tray now. I already collected quite a bit already. Like I said, I'm going to make a gravy with some of it, and then the rest I'm going to add to our stock that we started to make. So, yeah, so this was a nice little experiment with the 3 chickens all on one tray. It ended up working out. Like I said, I just turned them over, and then they browned up really nice on both sides, and then I just kept basting them. Like I said, we'll have part of 1 chicken for dinner tonight, and then I'm going to can the rest in chicken soup tomorrow. So stay tuned for that video. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me today. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.